This tutorial is for picking up stitches along the cast on or bind off row of stockinette stitch. So here you can see we have a stockinette swatch that has nice columns of V's. You can see each column is made up of a row of V's. And our last column is twisted a little, so you want to make sure you notice where that very last selvage edge column is, and that's where you're going to start by poking your needle in, wrapping your yarn around the needle, and pulling that loop through that first corner stitch. Now, just tuck your tail behind, grab your working yarn, and poke into the next column of V's. Poke in, wrap your yarn around, and pull that loop through. Now, here's your next column of V's. Poke right into the middle of that V, wrap your yarn around, and pull it through. Into the middle of the V, wrap around, and pull it through. Just make sure you're keeping an eye on the V's and poking into the middle of the V and not the edge of the V. And if you're doing this, so I'm doing this on the cast off edge or the bind off edge, you can also be doing it on the cast on edge, and it would just be upside down. So you would still do the same thing, just poke into the middle of where the V is. Now, we're on our last stitch here, which can be a little wonky. You just want to poke right in there. Due to weaving in your tail and the fact that the stockinette curls, this one might look a little bit odd, so just take your time and find the best place to poke in. And now we've cast on all of our stitches and are ready to continue just knitting with our stockinette stitch. So I'm going to flip it over. You can see that this does leave a seam, and now I'm just going to purl down the back side here. Fast forward to the end, flip it around, and now you can see we have a nice transition to our knit stitches, and I'm just going to knit down this row, and you can see that we've got all of our V rows lined up nice and neat. It's made for a really nice transition into our new color with our added on stitches. And then the back, we have a seam that does have a bit of a ridge. And that's picking up stitches on the cast on or the bind off edge. I hope this video has been helpful.